past heroes serve as a warning for today's wannabe muscle men. Joe Middleton is at the start of his bodybuilding journey. He's prepared to do anything to get to the top. This is his first time among some of his heroes.
This is my first competition I've ever been to. Absolutely psyched. It's fantastic. Really can't wait for the show to start. Can't believe I'm actually here. So many big blokes around. Feel small compared to them, but absolutely brilliant. From what I've seen tonight, it's been fantastic. Just the feeling I've got sat there watching these blokes pose, fight off against each other for their title was just so motivating.
Joe might be young and he might be starting out, but he's not that green. He knows now that to get anywhere, he'll be under pressure to take steroids.
At first, actually, to do with steroids, I was a bit naive. My dad always said to me that these blokes are on steroids, and I don't believe him. The more reading I'd done, the more I found out about it, and I realised that, yeah, they all did take steroids.
Joe's been honest with his parents, and they're worried.
I personally hope that he doesn't take that road. And as a parent, I'd be concerned that, you know, the bad things that could happen to him, you know, to actually get into that lifestyle. I don't know how it's going to affect him in the long term. What's going to happen to his body, you know, when he has side effects, you know, mood swings, and because you just don't, I just don't know.
There's something more satisfying than being the best, and if that means taking steroids, lots of tablets, to me it's worth it.
In the world of competitive bodybuilding, men's bodies are now well beyond the limit of what nature intended. And these surreal self-sculptures are still a magnet to young men everywhere. Incredibly, an estimated 5% of British men under the age of 30 have used steroids.
It seems to me that this preoccupation with male body image and the associated problem of steroid use is not going to go away anytime soon. I don't see any trend that is going to arrest this phenomenon over the next decade or two.
You don't need those steroids. All you need to do is hard work. What everybody else forgot to do was to do hard work. When I won Mr. USA and I won Mr. America, I never took one steroid. It wasn't until I trained for the Mr. Universe that I was an idiot that I finally took steroids and almost killed myself.
Today, for Steve Mihalik, All-American champion, the explosion in steroid usage is part of a very modern problem.
Here we go. We got drug generation. From the day you're born, you go to a pediatrician, you have a problem because you're a drug. Turn on TV, what do you see? Drug for this. Drug for hair gain, drug for hair loss, drug for fat, drug for losing your weight, drug for diarrhea, drug for constipation. It's a drug for everything. This is what the kids are getting, this generation. Drugs, 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 drugs. Now the kid's 17, 18 years old. He wants to have muscles. What does he do? He takes drugs. Because this is what we taught him. And we got to now try to unravel it and say, hey, slow down, wait a minute. Maybe the pill isn't the answer, and maybe the now is not the solution. How about taking some time, get back to the old ways of doing things? You're going to live longer and have more success.
Mick Hart, advocate of safe steroid use, denies that anything he's done to his body has had an impact on his failing health.
Let's take steroids out of the game. Great. Are we going to save the world? No. Let's take smoking out of it. Yeah, we'll save the world. Let's take all these druggies out and bury them. Yeah, that's saved the world. Let's take coffee away. That's going to stop everybody shaking. You know, that's fine. That's an ideal world. Then we can all wear nice little hats and walk around holding hands.
I would predict that over the next 10 years or the next 20 years, you and I will see a lot of cases and hear a lot of reports of one or another major bodybuilder or other athlete who developed heart disease or a stroke at a seemingly premature age, and that this, in many instances, will probably have been attributable to steroid use.
And what of Greg Valentino? the ultimate in steroid-pumped bodybuilding. He paid a terrible price, but he's lived to tell the tale. And he still enjoys telling that tale.
Look at that. I let the needle hang. Richie, look at this. Come here. I let the needle just like stick in there and then hang. Oh, man. I love it, though. It's fucked up. You saw this tape before? Rich, you saw this?
No, what the hell is that?
That's me. Look, I'm draining the hematoma out of my arm. Look. Wait, look. By the end of the tape...
Oh, man, you're lucky you didn't die.
Bro, look at that shit. Look. Wait, look at the needles all bent like a fish hook.
Oh, gosh.
Watch, I'm talking to Bob. See, I'm on the phone? I'm talking to Bob, Obi.
I was on the phone with him while he was doing that. And I said, Greg, you gotta go to the hospital.
Nah, I wasn't scared. I was stupid. I was laughing, right? And he's going to me, what are you laughing at? You should be going to the hospital. Look at it, look at all that shit.
That must have been localized.
Look at the pus floating on top of the blood.
Oh, gosh.
Look at that shit.
It looks like an amputee.
It looks like a fucking a ball sack without balls. It looks like like a breast implant.
Bob, tell him how lucky he is he's alive.
That's when I was happily juiced up.
We would have came and dragged him.
That was fucked up.
Carried him.
That was really fucked up. I was fucked up. It was really gross. You guys like that, huh? Have a good one, fellas.
Thank God.
3,000 miles away, can Greg's steroid horror story warn off wannabe muscle man Joe?
Oh, how can you do that to yourself? Oh my God.
I mean,
No, I
he's
don't like this.
He's shoving that in his muscle, and it's not hurting him because it's not real. I don't
No,
suppose
I
it's
know,
muscle.
it's not, but it is real, Joe, I'm sorry.
There's limits to how far I would go. I would take steroids eventually.
Oh, but I don't want to know that,
Yeah,
Joe. So
but I would. I would never take it to an extreme like that where he's having to drain his muscle. I mean, to be honest, I got quite a high pain threshold, but sticking a needle that long in my muscle, straight through it, and continuously doing it, draining fluid out of it, I mean, I don't think I'd want to do that no matter what. How much money I could get.
no. Good.
I'm still going to be the biggest and the best, just not that kind of freakishly weird big.
But you could end up like this, Joe. I just, as a mum, I could not sit by and let you do it. This is really, really scary. To actually think that Joe might end up like this. The thought really frightens me, to be honest. I don't know.
I don't start crying.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe, but I can't watch this anymore.
I'm not here looking to be like, don't look at me as a role model. Because I am no role model. What I had to do to get that, I don't know if I could ever do it again. I don't think it's even in me to do it again. You know, I had to, take a beat and sit in a jail cell. I mean, I had to do a lot, I had infections that almost killed me, I had to watch my girlfriend die, I lost my family, lost my children, lost, made, $1 million, lost $1 million. So, I mean, and I sold my soul to the devil. And I had to also bend over when it was time, and it was time for him to collect. I stuck my hands in the air and I told him, be gentle.
And the new series of Hidden Lives continues on Monday at 10 with Extreme Twins. Stay tuned, more details coming straight up for that. And next on 5 for your Thursday night, John Barnes' Football Night.